Johnny, what's it going to take for you? We saw what Daniel Jeremiah, what he projected, and we kind of just cast it off. It's not nearly enough. That's what he's using as the Jimmy Johnson baseline. It's the trade chart. He's saying it would be 11 and 23, and the Cardinals would give, along with 4, a 3rd-round pick and a 5th-round pick. Get out of here with that. What's it going to take in your opinion?
With the Minnesota Vikings, if I wake up tomorrow and the trade is done, I mean, I'm always going to feel a sense of despair if Marvin Harrison Jr. is not a Cardinal. And there's no amount of first-round picks that can make me feel good about that. Again, there's going to be a mourning period on this show if the Cardinals sell their soul and give the rights away for MHJ. So I'm putting that disclaimer on this because we know we're going to get pushback. But if Monty Ossenford wheels and deals like he has before, the minimum for this podcast host is pick 11, pick 23, a 2025 first-round pick, and probably a 2025 third-round pick. 3 ones and a sweetener, a third-rounder. And that sweetener comes in the form of, hey, we're talking to the Giants. That I'm trying to also be realistic. Of course, I would want their second next year, but I'm not sure they would do that. I would go 3 ones, 2 this year, 1 next year, and a 2025 third-rounders from the Minnesota Vikings.
You could, I was going to say a 4th in that spot, and you might even have to sweeten it up on your end and throw a day, late day 3 pick or day 2 pick or a day 3 pick in there. But that's, I think, where you really have to start the negotiations, because going off of last year where you got 12, 33 of future first and a future third for a trade up for an outside linebacker, the quarterback tax comes into play, and it comes into play where I think things look pretty equal to where last year. So you got to sweeten it up a little bit with, it being legitimately 3 firsts. I apologize. 3 firsts with 11, 23 in the 2025 first.
Again, there's going to be no scenario in which we're going to be celebrating a trade down in real time.
Right.
But what you just have to hope for, and you have to have long-term vision, just like the Cardinals did this year in a rebuilding year, that come April 24th and 25th, 26th, that Monty Ossenford is going to go to bat for this franchise and find you impact players, notable impact players from college football that are going to help this team winning record, playoff burst, not just for 2024, but beyond. Cornerstone players, not rotational players, not off-ball linebackers, not non-premium positions. Find the next Darnell Dockett, Calais Campbell, Carlos Dansby, those kind of players, the impact that those players had on the franchise. That's what the Cardinals need to do. Patrick Petersons of the world, Adrian Wilson. It's time to find the next crop of those players. And if you're selling me on that, on passing on Marvin Harrison Jr., the package has to be 3 ones plus a sweetener. And I will be content with that. I will understand it. We'll turn on the mics and it'll make sense to me. But anything less than that, we're coming after our bald-headed friend, the general manager of the Cardinals, Monty Ossenford.
We'll do away with Monty mock drafts. We'll retire our bald caps. We ain't wearing those any longer. Not with pride. That's for sure.